Hello friends, Koolio here and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video for Raid Shadow Legends. Now before we continue on this video, gotta let you guys know for full disclosure that this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. So if you are interested in checking the game out, then head on down to the description down below and click on my special links. And if you do, and if you're a brand new player, you'll get 100,000 free silver, 50 free gems, a free stamina potion, and a free hero known as the Executioner. Now just to let you guys know that these prizes, these free gifts are only available for the next 30 days. So let's go ahead, let's get into this video. Now I think this is gonna be a pretty fun video because we're gonna be talking about character progression because I wanna give you guys some tips and tricks on how to build your characters the correct way and you don't end up messing up like I did with one of my main characters that I have that could be way better than he actually is. And because of the limited resources that I have, I can't really go back through and kind of respec him without kind of working on like building like a new defender character. We're gonna talk about that in just a second. But before we do, how we're gonna do this video, I think this will be kind of fun. So they recently just sent out a news update, a little thank you gift. Talking about like how the game's been out for about they started working on it for 2 years. Not necessarily like an anniversary gift, but they just wanted to let us know as a thank you for supporting the game. So they gave out an epic skill tome, a void shard, ancient shard, a rank 1 rank 5 chicken, and some energy that they just gave out today. So I've got this void shard, okay? What we're gonna do is we're gonna summon on the void shard, hopefully we'll get something good. And we're gonna take that character and we're going to build it. We're going to upgrade it. We're going to see if we can make it viable. I don't know how this is going to work, so I do have another character kind of set off to the side that we're gonna talk about just in case this doesn't turn out that well, if we don't get like a really cool character for through this void shard. But cross your fingers, here we go. We're gonna summon our void shard champion that we got. Hopefully we get something pretty cool. We got a rare character. We got ourselves the Justiciar. Wow, I do not know how to say that. So we may end up using this character. Let me just go ahead and try this ancient shard. Maybe we'll get something through my ancient shard. Who knows? Okay, that guy is definitely super cool looking. He's from the Undead Horde. So we didn't get anything like crazy cool through the void shard. It was kind of nice of them to give it to us. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our champions. Now I want to share the champion that I ended up messing up my build with, and then the one that I'm currently going through and upgrading. So the one that I ended up messing up on was this guy, Jizzo the Lizard Man. Now the reason why I ended up messing up on this character is because I ended up equipping him with these items that use retaliation, which basically once you have 4 of them equipped, he has a 25% chance to counterattack when he's hit. That is a really, really great ability to use for a character that has really high attack. Seeing as Jizzo is a defense character, not a very good combination for him to be equipped with. Now, if you guys don't know, in order for me to remove this, it does cost me silver. So I don't want to do that because it costs quite a lot of silver to remove some of these really, really rare and epic artifacts I currently have equipped onto my character. So how do you know how to go through and build your character? There's a couple of different ways that you can do it. Obviously, you can take a look at the defense of the type of the character. So we've got a defense character right here. We've got a support character here, attacking character, and then another attacking character. That kind of gives you a basic idea. Okay, if I'm going to be building out my lizard man here, I'm probably going to want to equip artifacts from the defense set, as well as any other sets that specifically focus on increasing the defense of a character. So let's see, do we have any other ones? Not that one. Reflex, no. Shield, this is the one. 4 artifacts equipped, it gives a plus 30% HP ally shield for 3 turns. HP, plus 30% HP allied shield for 3 turns. I believe that either is equipped to him or the other person. But you get the basic idea of what I'm saying, is you want to make sure that you equip the right artifacts to a character. I ended up messing up on Jizzo. He could be way better than he actually is, but he's fine as he is right now. But I'd rather use these runes on like a different character, maybe equipping it over to my Gallic. I think that would be a lot better if I equip those to my Gallic because he's such a high attacking character. His current attack right now, if I go ahead and take a look at the total stats, is 1100. It's pretty up there. I've got him set up for a full offensive build. I've built him up pretty good. But if I wanted to, if I didn't want to specifically just focus on increasing his attack, I could have equipped those retaliation onto him so when he does get attacked, he can then reapply that damage back to the enemy. Now, one character that I actually went through and did a lot of research on in order to make sure that I built her correctly was my shaman character right here. I actually went over to the Discord server or the Reddit forums to make sure that I was actually building her correctly. Now, everyone basically says, because of one of her most important skills, which we'll get into in just a second, is to build her with regeneration and with increased HP, okay? The reason why you want to do that is my second thing. So first of all, take a look at what type of hero they are, defense, attack, support, whatever. But then you also want to look at what their skills end up doing. Now, she has a really important skill called Recall. Now, it revives an ally with 25% of their HP and then places a shield buff on the target equal to 20% of the target's HP. Now, what this ability does, it has a 7-turn cooldown. So once it's activated, once one of my characters dies, she will then activate the ability and resurrect them, but then the cooldown is set and she has 7 turns in order for her to activate that ability again. Now, the reason why people are suggesting to go with regeneration and HP is because the longer that she lives, the more useful that ability becomes. I've actually played through a couple of dungeons and stuff where I've actually been able to use her ability up to 3 times, resurrecting some of my most powerful characters and like really helping me be able to overcome certain situations. And so that is one way to build your character, is by taking a look at the skills and how to maximize those skills. With Recall, sure, you can use it once, but you're probably going to want to use it as many times as you possibly can. So keeping her alive the longest would really help. So artifacts such as artifacts that give her increased defense, artifacts that give her increased HP, all that is really good. So I've been using Divine Life, which gives an increase to her HP plus a 15% HP self shield for 3 turns. So she's got a shield that also helps protect her. And then I've also got a couple of, a couple of regeneration, heals by 10% every single turn. Again, keeping her alive as long as I possibly can. So I've actually gone through, I've built her correctly. Now, I told you I have a character that I'm currently working on. This is my Taurell character. Okay, he's gonna be the one that I'm going to be replacing Jizzo for because, again, I ended up messing up my Jizzo character. Now, if you don't want to go to the Discord forums, if you don't want to go over to Reddit, if you want to go in and figure out a way to work on these characters, another great way is actually going and looking at the reviews for the characters to see what they're good at doing, as well as it gives you recommended artifacts. Now, most default recommendations are defense and accuracy. If we actually go take a look at some of the skills that he has, you're going to see the reason why that is. So attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 40% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. Damage inflicted is proportional to your defense. That is a really great skill to explain how you want to build this character and why people are recommending defense and accuracy. Obviously, the amount of damage that this character will inflict is based off his defense. So the higher his defense, the more damage he does. Okay, not every character's damage is based off of their attack. Keep that in mind. The other thing is when he attacks an enemy, there's a 40% chance of placing a decrease buff on the enemy. So you want to increase his accuracy to make sure that he hits the enemy so that you have a higher chance of activating his decrease attacking buff. It's really important. So the next one, attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense buff for 2 turns. If the target is under a decreased attack debuff, it will then place a sleep debuff for 1 turn. Damage inflicted is proportional to defense. Let's talk about this skill for a second. This skill really requires that Taurell hits his enemy with his humble ability so that you can then hit him with the singing still ability. Accuracy is very important for this character because if you can't get his humble ability to attack and then inflict the debuff on the enemy, then you're not going to be able to use his singing still ability to his fullest. So again, keep that in mind. So I've been getting artifacts specifically built around defense and accuracy. So the other thing that's kind of cool about it is there's a lot of different artifacts that you can get in this game. And a lot of them kind of combine aspects of other artifacts. So for example, the defense set plus 15% defense. Okay, pretty basic, but you can actually go through and you can find other artifacts that kind of have the same kind of combination behind it. So for example, divine critical rate, increased critical rate, and HP self shield. Divine speed, HP self shield. So you can see the divine ability kind of comes in handy right there. But you can go through and you can really figure out ways that you can combine. So you don't have to stick with just going with defense and accuracy, but it is recommended to kind of combine those 2 aspects together. So we are going to go through and talk about where you can get some of these artifacts from. So I've been going through, I've got a couple of really basic artifacts for this character. I got 4 defense ones set up, and then I've got 2 accuracy ones. So I've got the plus 40 accuracy bonus, and then I've got plus 30% defense bonus, which you can see the defense bonuses and stuff right here. You can tap on it, and then you can, again, take a look at their total stats. Now his defense total is 978, but he's nowhere near as good as Jizzo's defense stat, which I believe, yeah, is almost 1200. So I'm still working on upgrading him. I don't have the best defensive artifacts for him or the best accuracy one, so I'll have to go through and make sure that I upgrade those. So we're gonna talk about that in just a second. Now the other thing, the other really important thing, this is just a basic thing, but I'm gonna run through it anyway, is you can go through, you can upgrade the level, rank, skill, and ascend the characters. But the one thing I really wanna point out, you can go through, you can sacrifice other champions that you have, or you can go through and you can use beer that you get to be able to sacrifice. I'm just gonna drop a couple of these, get them to level 33, upgrade them, just to show you guys kind of how that works, but it's not that important. Upgrading rank, you use other characters of the same star rating, so I've actually got 4 of them locked away, ready to upgrade him if I want to. The upgrade skill, you just use skills to upgrade, and hopefully the one that you want is upgraded to the point that you want. But the most important thing I think to focus on first when it goes through and upgrading the ascension of the character, because there's a lot of skills. Let me go back to my champions real quick. Taurell. There's a lot of skills that have increases. Not him. Let's go, I think it's, yes, here we go. Actually, no, let's focus on her. Recall. Once I've ascended her 3 times, I will then revive 50% of the HP and, well, double the HP. Again, amazing. So now that I'm going through and I'm actually upgrading this character, I'm focusing on replacing these 2, but she's kind of the one that I'm kind of gonna be upgrading and focusing on next, is I wanna start working on awakening her. So I'm not gonna wanna go through and spend any resources that I have awakening any of my other characters, because I wanna start focusing on her, because once you awaken her, that ability becomes absolutely crazy. So you've gone through, you level up your characters, which you can also do that through the sparring pit, which again is a really great way. So you've gone through, you've upgraded your characters, okay? You're getting to the point where you're kind of hitting the wall of progression. This is where a lot of this kind of comes into play. So the Arcane Keep, you can get basic arcane potions that you can use to upgrade your characters. Very basic. These unlock on a daily basis. I need to wait till the Force Keep opens on Friday, which is in 2 days from now. Once this opens up, I need to go through and grind it as much as I possibly can so that I can go through and be able to awaken that character. I can also spend some gems if I want to, but I'm saving my gems up so we can do a pretty cool summon in the future. Now this is where a lot of the grinding is going to come into play for your account, because you can level up your characters, you can rank them up, you can summon, all that stuff. But where the min-maxing kind of comes into place, where a lot of like the enhancements come into place, is the artifacts for your characters. So this is where we can go through and we can figure out what we want to get. So we've got the shield one right here. Let's see, we don't want that one. Regeneration, savage. Let's see, curing, bonus healing, immunity. We don't really want any of these. We're kind of looking for something along the lines of accuracy and defense. Okay, so we've got accuracy ones if we want to go through and try to get some better accuracy ones. Stalwart, minus 30% damage taken from enemy AoE attacks. Could be pretty good for a defensive character if we wanted to go for there. Let's see, what else do we got? I think we'll kind of skip that. Spider's Den. No, not the Spider's Den. Ice Golem. So there are 3 areas that you can go through and get artifacts. Now the Ice Golem is where you're going to get a lot of your basic artifact stuff, like defense, offense, life, a lot of your basic artifacts. Dragon's Lair is a little bit more complicated artifacts, and then I'd have to say the Fire Knights is the one where you get more of the more interesting style artifacts. So we're gonna run through the Dragon's Lair, okay? I've clearly not run through it as much as I need to, but we can possibly get some accuracy stuff from it. So let's battle. We're gonna take our characters in. You can see I've actually kind of put him in there, but I don't want him. I'm gonna take, yeah, we'll take him with us. He can get some experience while we're leveling up. Now we're gonna cross our fingers. Now the higher up you go in ranks of a lot of these dungeons, the better chance that you have at acquiring the artifacts that you want and the higher rarities of the artifacts. So after I beat this one, I'm probably not gonna get that good of an accuracy artifact, but at least it gives me a direction of where I need to go in order to upgrade my defensive character. So we're probably gonna be able to take this guy out fairly quickly because I've got some pretty strong attackers, especially him. He can almost take everyone out with like a single attack. So hidden skill, boom, take him out. Okay, what did we get? So we got this item, gauntlets, minus 30% damage taken from enemy AoE attacks, 4 artifacts per set. So this is a stalwart set we can go through that could possibly be good for a defensive character. If we were going up against certain bosses or enemies or even PvP, this would be a pretty good one. But I don't really want it, so we can just go ahead and sell it. So this is the area where you can go through and you can kind of grind it out and try to get the necessary materials that you need to upgrade. Now, again, as I go through and I go, if I head back to stage selection, the farther down I go, the higher the star ratings will get to. I would recommend like trying to push as high as you possibly can. But man, these guys get really, really tough, okay? I'm telling you right now, those guys get really tough. Now, it's really important right now to upgrade and progress your characters because they have a special event going on. This event is called the Champion Training Event. As you go through and you upgrade your champions, you're gonna get some really, really good artifacts, specifically for an offensive character, which I'm definitely gonna be using these. A couple of speed ones. I don't know if I'm gonna use those as much, but yes, there are a couple of really, really great stuff that you can get. So the way that this works is as you develop up your champions, you're gonna get these crowns that will then push you through the milestones. So this is the perfect time to go through and upgrade a lot of your champions, specifically the ones you've been holding off on, so you can get as many of these as you possibly can. So this is how you kind of get them level up rewards and rank up rewards. So you guys go, that is my video for Raid Shadow Legends. Actually, one last thing I want to point out, okay? And I'm trying to remember where he's at. I want this guy so bad. What the crap? He's so cool. Yeah, this is the guy that I'm gonna be trying to roll for because I think he's so cool. I think he's still available. I could be wrong, but I think he's just such a dope character. Okay, that out of the way, I just wanted to show you guys that because I think that was pretty cool. Again, you guys, if you are interested in checking out the game, go on down to the description down below and click on my special links. You'll get 100,000 free silver, you'll get 50 gems, a free stamina potion, and a free champion known as the Executioner, which is right here. Let me go ahead and show you guys. Knight's Revenant, I think he is, oh man, I think it's this guy. Yes, I got it. He is a great defensive character to use. The Executioner. Again, you guys, also, these rewards are only available for the next 30 days. So make sure to click on that link as fast as you possibly can. Guys, thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to stay up to date in the latest in mobile gaming. Okay, friends, I'll see you next time.